Welcome everyone to another episode of Bruvcast. Mick's out again, so I have another person who I've roped in. I'm just roping in everyone lately. So another friend, another bruv from back in the day. Hiren and I have known each other probably around the same amount of time that I've known Sittle. So went to high school together, and we didn't go to the same uni, but we were pretty much like chilling out all throughout uni days. And very, very good friend. Welcome to the pod, H.
Cheers, man. That's a nice intro. Hey, everyone. As Raj said, my name's Hiren. Well, the boys call me H. But yeah, it's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So what's been happening, man? How you doing?
All good, man. So we've been having building works for the last, I think, 6 weeks now. We're getting some refurb done. And 2 days ago, the heavens opened up. And we came downstairs, and we're getting some roof lanterns put into the kitchen. Mate, it was a puddle. It was mental. Just the amount of water.
Where?
In the kitchen. So we got a flat roof.
Yeah.
And they patched up the roof the night before as well as they could. But the rain flow was just too much. It was too heavy. And it was everywhere. Over the fridge, over the floor, everywhere.
Oh my God.
Mate, do you know what? You know when you have to have those difficult conversations? But you got so much like anger. Yeah, so that it was one of those tricky conversations. But
so
yeah.
what, you got water inside your flat, inside your house?
Yeah, from the rain. But it's fine now. It's all dried out. They dried it out. Man came with a mop. But yeah, it was... So for the last 6 weeks, all my life has been just about these building works and managing around it. We don't even have a kitchen. Yeah? We've got a little kitchen on the side with a little microwave and a kettle. That's how we're rocking it.
That's like uni days, man.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Exactly. Well, uni prepared me well for this, right?
Yeah. Microwave and a kettle and then pot noodle. Standard.
Exactly. What have you been saying? How's everything?
Mick used to love... do you remember how Mick used to love that Bombay Bad Boy pot noodle? Do you remember that one? The one in the black tub?
Yeah. But pot noodle was about it, man. Back in the day.
Nah, man. I wasn't a fan.
How can you knock a pot noodle?
I don't know. I wasn't a fan. Sittle and Mick used... I don't know, bruv. Sometimes I would come home from uni and these guys would be doing some nonsense. One time I came home and they were like, no. It cooks better if you put the pot noodle in a saucepan.
Hey, mate, don't knock it. Yeah, when your little one comes, you're going to need that pot noodle in the middle of the night when you're...
Yeah, but I'm not going to make it in a saucepan, bruv.
Mate, however you need it.
It's a bit unnecessary, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that makes a difference, but Sittle was adamant. I might have to bring him back to kind of deconstruct the process if it's any different to the normal way you make it.
Mate, every time I think about food and when you guys were at Kensal, Sittle and Mick and me, because I was a part-time lodger at Kensal, you'd come home because obviously you were the study king. You'd go to your classes, go to your lectures. You'd come home. You're right, and you'd be like, "Oh, you boys hungry?" And we'd be like, "No, we're good, man, we're good." And then you put a pizza in the oven. Yeah. Next thing you know, all of us will take a slice each, and you're left with a quarter, and you're just
1/4. Yeah. Yeah. No one would ever say they wanted any.
Mate, it's just the way you placed it in the oven. That's what it was.
Mate, you guys, I swear, like you guys used to wait for me to come home.
Of course. Do you
remember
remember
the same shows?
Yeah. What was it? Friday, or one of those.
Friday, then next Friday, then Friday after that.
That's it.
When we went backpacking, did you go straight into your first job then, or were you working somewhere else?
So what, you went straight after uni, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a kind of temp job working at a girls' school in East London, and just saying that is an experience in itself because it was in Tower Hamlets. The girls that were there, well, from what I was told, that they come from very strict backgrounds. So them coming to school was the equivalent of them going out. So there was behavioural issues. Walking through the playground at lunchtime, at break time, was mental, right?
Why?
But people would start just like... The best way I can explain it is imagine if you're a female and you're walking past a building site and you get like wolf whistle and all those kind of things. It was like that. There was
For
just
you?
yeah. And
What?
not just me. Majority of the young male people that used to work there, there'd be some form, apart from the teachers, because the teachers were able to, discipline you for your behaviour and so on. But the kind of support staff that were there, like myself, the IT technicians and so on, we would experience those kind of things. So it wasn't nice. I'll tell you that. So
you were getting wolf whistled?
well, wolf whistle in a different way.
They're like, oi, oi.
I used to get random names because they'll be like, oh, Murad. I'm like, I ain't Murad, bro. Yeah, don't call me Murad, yeah. But and a part of my job was to go into classrooms, and so I used to look after like the PGCE students, and a part of the PGCE teachers that would come in, they would have a group of like girls they would work in. So I would have to go in to the classrooms and say, oh, could I speak to X, Y, and then say, oh, can you come at lunchtime? They want to meet with you for a briefing. And then as people are coming out, they'll be like, oh, your boyfriend wants to speak to you. And I'm like, nah, too much stress, man.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So that's what these pods are about, right? You find something new out.
It's true. I mean, that is the intention here.
The pods so far have been so funny. There's been something that I've just been creasing up at. I think the most recent one was Patelli was one. That's one I never knew about that story about Mick.
Never heard that story.
And then the other one was around the parents and the tech thing. That just had me creasing because I go through that on a daily basis.
Standard.
Especially your example where you had your dad like, oh, everything's gone in Gujarati, mate. That my mum does this, and I'm like, you've pressed some button. She goes, nah. Any mete take you, and I'm like, nah, that's not happened.
It's only their phones, isn't it? My God, dabag huge.
But you and Sittle took it back. Talk about Bhangra nights.
Yeah, man. Hiren was part of the Bhangra night crew.
Yeah, I was one of the lads
at school,
but
high school.
Don't you think Bhangra nights is where our kind of, I wouldn't say obsession, but our kind of navigation towards MCing started?
See, this is the thing, right, that I've been trying to figure out, because we're Gujaratis, right? Proper Gujus, yeah? There's no hint of any Punjabi vibes, right? We also didn't really go to school that had a lot of Punjabis in it, okay?
True.
So, how did we go from like that environment to all of a sudden being like so into Bhangra and that scene? Because that's the thing that when I'm like talking to Gagan about, growing up and the types of music that I used to listen to, she's like, how are you so into Punjabi music and you had no Punjabi friends? Like, I think we had one in our in high school, but outside of that, I don't remember anybody else. So maybe you're right. I think that's where the taste of Bhangra music started for me and you.
Yeah, so we had that one person who would supply us with music.
Yes, she did.
And then from that's where we started. I think it was that person that...
Really?
Yeah.
You think...
Because what happened is she wasn't just supplying like normal, like the old school Bhangra music that, from back in the day. It was that Bhangra music that's mixed in with like garage and so on. And that's what kind of navigated us to the mixing that led us to MC Mets and Tricks, that led us to, kicking the door within the 4/4 and all those kind of things that we used to do.
Remix Sahara, access, all area.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and none of those lyrics made any sense.
No sense.
It was just whatever would go with the flow.
I think you're right, though. I think it was Sheiks, our friend, hooked us up with Bhangra music. I remember her playing to me Punjabi MC Beer. And we were in maths and she had it on her like Walkman. And I was like, damn, this is a banger.
Is that the one? That one?
That. It's so weird though, bruv, because if you think about it, we were so into that vibe, but we had zero influence outside of that one person. And we then after that we were just kind of going. We used to go down Southall, get the CDs, get the latest tracks.
But that's all we needed, right? We needed something that had that kind of thing that ticked off the kind of ethnic side of it. Because let's be honest, there were no Gujarati tracks that were mixed with garage, were there?
No,
so the closest thing that we had was Bhangra, and you know it was good music. And then you obviously had the bit that ticked off our kind of, you know, the things from South London, the ends, the
vibes, yeah,
the vibes, and that's what it was for me. If I was to listen to a kind of pure Bhangra track, it wouldn't interest me as much with someone that had the kind of flavors from this for us. From
That's
ends.
interesting. I actually like the proper Desi style.
You have to say
as
that.
they say. I mean, I do, and I'm married to one, so I have to.
She's by the door.
But no, I do though. I
No,
do. I like the rhythm and the kind of like tones and the melodies and stuff. But I feel like, personally, I think that we gravitated to that music because there's no Gujarati person that is doing Gujarati garage, bruv. It is just dandiya with us, bruv. All we know how to do is dandiya and garba and ramjani, bruv. That's it. It doesn't extend. I mean, there's now you're seeing some people that are doing a little bit of rapping, a little bit of freestyling in Gujarati, but compared to Punjabi and how that's been going, especially in the UK scene, in the US, in Canada, like it's been so like established for so many years, and there's so many collaborations that it's just like that would be the thing. Because who else could you relate to back in the 90s? Like you couldn't relate to anybody else. You would relate to like these artists that would be putting out that kind of music. So I feel like that was one of the main reasons that we kind of gravitated.
No, it's
to
true.
that space.
I think anything that's come from in the nicest way, and I'm not saying it as a negative. There was a couple of raps that were done by a couple of Gujarati people, but correct me if I'm wrong. It was around like Batata Dungri Dokra, that Patel rap. Do you remember that?
Patel rap, yeah.
And
it was.
Yeah, and the next other side of it has been like the Hindi side of it was like Dedi Cool.
You know what? That was all it was that song.
That's it.
Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Patel, the man with so many things to say. Ring ra gadida badiya gadiya.
Man just named every type of different shak. That
yeah,
it worked though, right?
It did. Who was that? I think it was some dude based in the UK.
UK.
He was a UK guy. I'm pretty sure he was a UK guy. But bruv, he was in his 40s when he did that, man. So yeah, we had slim pickings, bruv. If that's all we had.
Do you know what? Why have we never discussed this before? Because we've just realised there's a niche in the market.
There is a niche. There's
we've always said
Gujarati MCs.
We were Gujarati class. Yeah, this is where it should have started. But we've always said that we were going to get in the booth one day and do a track.
Yeah.
We should do a Gujarati track.
We should just do it in Gujarati. હું નવો ગીત તમને બતાવું છું મારે ફ્રેન્ડનું મારા મિત્ર ને ભાઈઓ અને બહેનો. That's it, I ain't got nothing, bro.
Oh man, we'll have to think about it. We'll mull over some Dokra soon.
I think it's possible.
Oh man.
Dokra Gatia. There's enough things that rhyme in that space that you could do it. I think out of all of the boys, I think me and you have had more of the like obsession on music for sure. I feel like we've geeked out on music a lot more than I have with the others.
I think, yeah, definitely. Obviously, you've been to like concerts and so on, and you've kind of embraced it a lot more than I have. But obviously, when we've got together, we've just, the times where we just got together and we put a beat on and we're just like doing random like stuff that doesn't even make sense, and we're putting our kind of stories of what's happening into bars.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Exactly.
It's jokes.
It's an outlet, man.
I think you need a creative outlet, bruv. That's exactly what this podcast is for me right now. I need it's some way that I can, do something creative. Like, do you feel like you have a creative outlet these days?
Mate, having kids is probably the creative outlet in terms of how you need to entertain them sometimes. Like stories or like pictures or like, pretending. I think the one thing that we like to do is like play around with their imagination and make sure that they're using their creative things, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, no, definitely it's that side of parenthood which makes you want to engage with them a bit more, which is nice. On a personal level, I think it's when I link up with you boys and stuff. Just, well, you mainly, I guess. And we just have random bits, but music's kind of forefront of like every day. Like if I'm preparing for a presentation, I'm listening to random music. I could be listening to slow jams, and then it's hyped up, and you listen to Dizzy Rascal, or like some Punjabi music comes on. It's a breadth of different, you know, genres.
So you're someone who listens to music while they're working.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't work in silence.
Well, it depends. If there's something that is a bit ticky-tacky, then I'll have to switch off and then, you know, just be in silence. But generally, I just put on some music in the back, put on some playlists, and just rock it through. It just helps. It just helps the day go by.
See, Gagan doesn't do that. Gagan's not a fan of music while she's working. She's more into the silent vibes. Whereas I'm playing like anything similar, right? Like it goes cross genre. I you know what I feel like lately is that it's too much effort to pick something to play. I hate the idea of like having to like search for something and find, it sounds crazy nowadays because if I'm talking to myself as a teenager, you would literally be scrambling to get one track and you'd be downloading it or you'd be borrowing it my first garage mix was you copied Pure Garage 2 onto cassette for me because your sister must have bought it.
Yeah.
And it was like, so it was literally like it was a scarce kind of like resource. Yeah. Now it's everywhere and you can literally play any song. You just have to think of the song and it's at your fingertips, right? But I feel like that adds another level of kind of effort.
It does.
So now all I do is I just listen to DJ mixes.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Like I'll just listen to BBC Asian Network will have like a DJ. I think personally right now, I feel all of the best Asian DJs are women. I think DJ Manara, DJ Kizzy, DJ Jyoti. They're like, there's so many of them that are just like Sims. The kind of mixes that they're doing, bruv, they literally start from Bhangra, then they go to Hindi, they go to Bollywood, they go back to drum and bass, back to garage, then into like grime, all going like up, down, and sideways. So yeah, I think it's a big scene now. There was none of that when we were growing up, man. It was just like you'd get artists, but it would be very kind of concentrated. There wouldn't be so much variety as there is today.
But you know, it's good though. It's that generational change now happening, isn't it? Where you see more female DJs. Remember back in the day, if you told me to name a female DJ, I could only come up with one, and that was Caper. And Caper was doing a thing, and now she's gone stateside. She's doing a thing. So and all those DJs you've named are just doing the thing. But DJ mixes are the ones because that's where you kind of find new music.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's where you get the exposure. You don't have to find it yourself. Yeah,
because trying to find a track and you don't know the name, you have to find one lyric, put it into like a search engine, and it'll be like.
That's literally what I do. That's what I do. If I hear a mix and I'm like, oh, that's a sick track, it'll be something from grime. I'll just be like, okay, I'll just memorize one line of it, and I'll just type that into the search and get the result, and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm saving that song.
Oh man.
It's crazy. One thing I noticed, and this is a trend that I've noticed with a few people, Mick, Sittle, and you. Your WhatsApp does not have read receipts. Explain to me why your WhatsApp does not have read receipts, because I think there's now a new trend emerging. Tell me.
Okay. So I had it on till recently.
All right. Okay. So why did you switch it up?
So so basically, I was getting lots of questions from builders, and so now the new thing is like WhatsApp for business. Right. So the first thing was to just You know when people are following up and you have to get back to them. So I was like, I just want to turn the read receipts off, because a couple of times it's been like, oh, you've read my message, but you've not got back to me and all this kind of stuff. And then when the building work started, I had the contractors chasing us. And then I thought, okay, no, I just need a break. And then after that, what happens is you forget to reply to people. And I thought, you know what? The best thing to do is just act dumb and be like, look, I ain't read nothing. Yeah. And I'll reply to you in my own time. And I think as life gets busier, you just kind of need to protect your own space. And that's as frank as it is. I just need to protect my own space. And I don't even reply to Keena sometimes. But the worst thing is, right, we'd be in the room next to each other and she'd be like, what's happened to me? I'm like, come here, man, and just talk to me. It's weird because we'll put on Alexa, right, and we'll play on the track, right? And then you know when it's a track and you have to move and you start dancing. So she'll come dancing in, but when it's something like important, she'll drop it in a WhatsApp and be like, reply. And I'm like, nah, just come and talk to me. It's a lot easier.
So she doesn't know. So that means that she doesn't know if you're reading her messages. That must be infuriating.
No. Then she'll come. Depends what the anger levels are, right?
Yeah, bro.
When you reach a point. But the one thing I think is, even though your read receipts are not on, you can still tell when a person's online. I could be wrong.
You can, yeah. Yeah, you can.
So then you'll get those messages, I can see you're online.
Yeah.
I know you're watching Reels on Instagram.
Yeah.
Mate, Reels on Instagram, right, are the most mind-numbingly crazy things that you could you just flick up.
It's the same as TikTok.
Flick up. See, I came off TikTok to avoid that.
To go on Instagram.
No, and then I found that Instagram has its own equivalent of Reels, and I'm like, oh shoot, I can't get away from it.
They all have it. Snapchat has Reels now.
Mate, YouTube Shorts.
has Reels.
Yeah, so
you can't
get away from it, man.
No.
Can't. Well, that's why I've lost all my hair, right? And you.
Yeah, bruv. That's another thing to acknowledge. We're both bold bros, isn't it?
We are. As I think we both said it in our wedding speeches, we grew old together and we grew bold together.
Yeah, bruv. We did indeed. Don't know, man. We both lost our hair in our 20s, isn't it?
All right, I'm gonna go into it now. Right, so I started losing my hair first year of college. Right.
Okay.
So I was 17, and you know when you start going a bit light on top, but you can still kind of flex it out. You just like it's going light, and you know it. And then you go to your mum and be like, "Oh, mum, I think my hair's
Can you help me?"
Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, do you know any remedies?"
Get some day, get some harder, get some salt, get some pepper.
See, back in the day, right, I used to get a few spots on the face and all those kind of things. You're going through random spots of puberty and all this kind of thing. So she would be like, oh, get yogurt, get some chana lord, get some harder, and then put it on your face. I'm like, what does this do? She goes, oh, yeah, it kind of cleanses your face. It's antibacterial. Absolutely did nothing for me. So then you start using all the other bits. But then with the hair thing, I thought, okay, Ayurvedic, and then, some Asian parents, right, they'll help you, but then they'll want to kick you as well when you're down. They'll be like, oh yeah, use this tel, it's really good for you, sesame oil, castor oil. But they will gel vibe taro var bagri gya chhe. Don't act like Brill cream and all this. She started naming random brands that my dad uses.
Brill cream. Yeah.
The red one, you had the red one, you had the blue one.
Yeah, I used to use the blue one.
So then I started thinning when I was first year uni, and it was like kind of thinning on top. So, like, I know people would see it and they'd be like, okay, cool, it's thinning on top. But when people don't have the emotional intelligence, like, you can't read the room, like, you can tell a person is a bit funny. Like, even if there was a script on the wall, the person just doesn't know.
Yeah.
And there was this one person, won't name names, and I came in, and she's just like, oh, your hair's thinning on top, and she's literally touching it, yeah? And I'm like,
bro.
Do you not think I don't know? I've been up all night with this little fructus from Granier prop, trying to navigate each piece of hair, right? So it doesn't look like this. And you just come down and knock down every kind of
She called you out at what? You were at
Yeah.
college?
So we had like a group of, we had a really big group in the first year of college, and
Okay.
and she's like, "Oh, your hair's thinning, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What is this?" And then come second year of college, I thought, okay, cool, let's just shave it off, right? And at that point, you get about 3-4 years grace period because your hair's all the same level.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you
it
come
looks
for
legit.
a fade, your hair looks thicker on top, right? But then, as time goes on, you see the dual carriageway, right? Yeah. So then now, if you're talking about what you and Mick were talking about, like motorways, you're on the A1 Boldo 1, right?
Yeah.
So, what I mean by dual carriageway is like the middle bit of your scalp going, because I started receding back from the front, and it goes bold in the middle, and then the sides are hedges that you see on a dual carriageway, right? So you're literally.
I've never heard this analogy, bro.
So it's just, yeah, you're just struggling. You're just struggling
The hedge look.
the hedge look, and then I think I got to uni, and I was just like, I think that's when this thing about Groupon came out, like vouchers and so on. And then I found this one about red light therapy in Harley Street. It was like $49.99. I was just like, oh mate, if I can grow my hair back, I'm spending it. So I went from a consultation, and it was this some consultant. He looked at my hair, right? And I was just like, look, I've got hope, right? I can see hair growing. So even though I was balding from the middle,
Yeah.
I had little bits of hair growing.
So I had hair on the highway.
Yeah, I had hair on the highway, right? And then he just looks at me and he goes, no, this is dead hair, right? This is just dead hair. It's just growing, but it's dead. No, this is not going to work for you, right? He goes, I'll refund your money.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So he wouldn't even see it through. And I was just like, look, I'm happy to give you the money. Let me just see the second and third session through. And he's just like, no, it's not going to work. So that was that. And then after that, I think we went to India for Mick's wedding, and we went to go and see someone, and they just gave us a whole load of oils.
Yeah.
And obviously I didn't really buy into that, because at that point it was just like, well, I'm bald and I'm just going to rock it. So that's why I just play around with the beards.
You know what? Yeah. I think I wasn't that far behind you. Like, I started losing hair in my 20s. I had it through uni, and I think as soon as I finished uni, like my hair was basically, look, you've got me solid down to uni days. After uni days, I'm out. You're on your own, yeah. That's basically what my hair was saying, what my bal was saying to me. And then I definitely noticed it. Mine was different, so I didn't go bald from front to back. I started at the back. You know when you get the crowning?
Yeah.
So my hair started going out from there, and we then went backpacking, and like you, I went to mum and I was asking her, look, is there any, bruv, you just have hope in it. You just think, they're like, yeah. You just got to mix these 5 oils together, rub it in your head every night, and you'll be back to normal. You'll look like Shahrukh Khan, bro.
Are they going to give us false hope? But do you remember, before you went backpacking,
you came and shaved it off.
I shaved your hair off, yeah.
Yeah, you shaved it off.
I was like, I'm taking this guy with me. He's my bald brother. This is where the journey starts.
You shaved it off, and then I was a skinhead for my first backpacking trip, and then after I came back, the second time I went out in Nepal and India, that's when it started. Like, 100%, it was messing with me. Because you feel like your youth is being taken away. Like, your appearance starts to look older, right? If you have less hair on your head, so it starts to mess with you. So I was like, let me see what I can do. Yeah. So when I was in India with Ash, I was like, I want to go to this clinic. I found this clinic, right? Did a search, and it was a trichologist, which is like someone who's a specialist in hair, right? And I went to see him, and he had like one of these scanning things where he looks at like he can see the follicles in your head. You've been in it. You've been there, bruv, yeah? Like, they do all of this scanning thing, and they're looking and saying, like, oh, yeah, we can identify your follicles. Then he plucked one of the hairs out, and he was like, we're going to run some tests on this. And then he had this, bruv, you know that diagram? The fucking diagram. I hate that diagram that shows you the pattern of male baldness pattern. Yeah. And then he was like, you're at this stage. And I was like, okay, all right, fine. How do I get back? How do I go back to the first stage? How do I reverse this shit? Yeah. And then he was like, maternal side, are they balding? And I was like, yeah, they're balding. Father side balding? I was like, yeah, balding. And then Ash was in the room as well, wasn't it, with me, right? While I was having my
the guy with the most like hair on his head.
The guy, bruv, his hair is so like thick. I would die for his hair, bruv. Yeah,
mate, it runs.
He's like fairy liquid on his hair to clean it. That's how like tough his head is. Yeah,
it's like the Mikel lot, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just jamming on my. He's my sideman in this situation.
Geez.
And then this guy, he's like, we've run the tests, and he was trying to give me the hard sell, innit? So he just looked at me and he goes, if you continue without doing anything, in 3 years you'll live with your father. That's what he said, bruv. I'll be with my father, bruv. No hair on my head, bruv, yeah? And it was so like, I don't know, bruv. I felt that. Even Ash felt that, I think. And then I was like, what do I do? What do I do, doc? How do I do this? And then he gave me these fucking shampoos and this cream, and he gave me this diet and this and that. Bruv, none of it worked because I am bald right now.
Did you try it out? Did you go for it?
I did. I tried it out. I tried that out. I tried the... there's this minoxidil or something.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
I tried that. That gave me acne. I was like, I ain't using that shit again.
Okay.
The thing is, these things just interfere with your hormones, right? Like, especially the oral stuff that you take. It messes with your hormones. So
it does, yeah.
I was like, I've already got something that is not how I like it. I'm not adding more things into my body that's going to affect other things. So I was like, I ain't doing that. And then I just shaved it off, bruv. And then, mine's focusing on the beard, innit? The bits that you can control now, innit? What can you do?
That's it. But your beard game is tight, man.
It's got to be now, innit? I'm married to a Punjabi, bruv.
Oh man.
But do you feel like you're over it now? Do you feel like you're like kind of like you don't think about it anymore?
I do think about it. Especially now that there's so many options available.
You're regretting it.
There is so much out there. Like I'm with you 100%. Anything that kind of messes with the hormones and those things, I like to stay clear of.
Yeah.
So back in the day, right, you'd probably only have two options. You either shave it, you either have that random,
or you wig it.
You wig it, or you just keep the crown.
Nah, bro. No way.
My dad had it, so I'm not knocking anyone that keeps it.
The Prince William look, bro.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Nah, bro.
So I'm not knocking it, but like I couldn't see myself having that back crown bit. Is just so. Yeah. Anyway, not for me. But now, obviously, the other option is to have a toupee. But now you have so many options. Like you can go Turkey, and you can get like hair transplant. Obviously, it's quite costly. There's SMP. There's the new type of toupees, right, where you stick it on. Like it's a piece.
The hair systems.
Bruv,
you know what, yeah? I made the mistake of watching one of those ads on TikTok. And the amount of hair system adverts that I get now, bruv. I watched one video because I was just curious. Obviously there's a part of you inside, isn't it? That's like, well, let me just see it. Maybe there's hope.
Because having hair brings your youth back, right?
It does. You know what, yeah? No matter what people say, they're like, oh, yeah, it suits you or whatnot. It's because people have seen you with a dal for like 10 years now, yeah? So they don't know anything any different. But if all of a sudden you had a full head of hair,
yeah,
you'd look younger, 100%.
Of course.
That's what you see in those hair care system, like those adverts.
Exactly. Yeah, and oh man, I need to actually look into those kind of things. But I think if I was to get it, people would be like, "What the heck happened to you?"
Bruv, so what? Yeah, I'll tell you. Because I was on crutches, right? So I wasn't going into the office. So I just got lazy. I was like, I ain't shaving because there's no point. And then I had like obviously the William look, yeah. So I had the William look, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just give this haircut. The day I texted you, bro, I texted you on Father's Day, and you're like, I'm gonna send this to my kids. Because I was just like, I wonder what it'd be like. Then obviously a man did a bit of research in it, and I was looking at the process and everything. £500, bruv, yeah, and it lasts and it says it will last from 3 to 6 months. And basically, you go in and you have all of your back and sides is long, so you grow that, and then they stick this thing on top. And then I was like, okay, it looks pretty legit, okay, but how would I explain that to work? How would I, bruv? Imagine you're having a video call. Better yet, you go into the office, bruv. My security ID would not even fucking register, bruv. I would look like a brother or something. They'll be like, "Sorry, we can't let you in."
Oh man,
it wouldn't work. And then imagine if you bump into one of your colleagues, they'll be like, "What the fuck is going on over here?"
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, fair enough.
It's too far gone.
Exactly, it is. But could you actually walk into work, regardless of the kind of security bits and all that? Could you actually walk into work and sit there comfortably, knowing that they know you've got a piece of carpet on your head?
I couldn't, bruv. I honestly, yeah, I'm telling you straight, bruv, yeah. After I did that surgery, the hair was long enough, and I was talking to Guggen about it. I was like, I don't know, man. It just looks, it looks like it's worth doing. Maybe I'll just do it for the baby, and then I'll get rid of it.
Do you know what? Yeah, take a few pictures so the baby sees like, oh, daddy had hair, right?
Yeah. It will change when you came out.
But the other thing is, right, why is there so much hair elsewhere on the body?
Everywhere. Nah, bruv.
And it's just this one small section.
No, it's a curse. It's a curse, bruv. It's a curse.
Oh, man.
If my head, yeah, is like the A406 or the M11, yeah, my back is the fucking Amazon, bruv.
Oh, man. God,
it's crazy. It's crazy. But, you know, I think it is tough. Honestly, I think it is hard. It's hard for guys to go through it. You only know about it if you go through it.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think it's anything that someone who has hair that can relate to. And it's funny, right? People laugh about, oh, like losing hair or it's I feel like it's like what you're saying. Nowadays, there's so many options, and I feel like cosmetics isn't something that's like exclusive to, well, not exclusive, but isn't something that's kind of more dominated by women. I think that there's a lot more men involved in like cosmetics and kind of like cosmetic changes. Like you have makeup for men, you have like all of these kinds of things. So I feel like it's probably more open now. I don't know.
It certainly is. It's because the same, if you think about anyone getting their kind of eyebrows tattooed, which is the thing. Yep. Same thing that you do in your hair. Yeah, that's SMP. Yeah. So it's it's a lot more socially acceptable now to do these things. But yeah, no, it's definitely is, especially when if you're out there and you're going through, you know, male pattern baldness.
Mate, if you're going through male pattern baldness, there is no cure to date that can reverse the process. Don't buy infrared wands or infrared things or this random
oils,
shampoo, and do not put Del that your mum makes on your head.
Yeah, don't do it.
It's just going to cook your taco. It's not going to be worth it.
But if you do find one, 079 me.
Yeah. 079, both of us. But even then, brother, you know what, yeah? I gave this some thought, right? That whole, like, if I could go and do it, like, now, and then go into work. So, what I was... this was my strategy, yeah. This is my strategy. So, basically, I was going to get I was gonna do it in like steps. So the first step would be like getting like a 1, yeah, a 1 wig.
Okay,
0.5.
I see where you're going with this. I see where
A 0.5 or a 1 wig, yeah, and then when you go into it, they're like, "Oh, you look different, Raj." Oh no, I just decided to grow my hair. I've always had hair. I just decided not to have it on, yeah, because I just don't like extra work, yeah. And then 2-3 months later, I'll be like, I'm gonna go 2 wig now, yeah. So I'll get or a 1.5 wig, and then gradually work my way up to like, the super length
mate.
that I want.
So it's £500 a wig.
£500 a wig, bro.
Mate.
That's
You're going to be broke, but you're going to be happy at the end of it.
Yeah, be broke but hairy.
Oh man, but yeah,
It's too much.
it's if you're going through it, just embrace it.
Yeah, it is. It's all you can do is laugh about it, man, because you can't. It's one of those things, unfortunately, that you don't really have much control over.
But on the serious side of things, it can knock your self-esteem, and there are people out there. I think there's a stat out there: 1 in 5 people who are experiencing male pattern baldness, think about suicide as well. So speak to someone if you need to.
Yeah, man,
It's a thing,
100%.
especially with social media. Obviously, that's a separate thing, but
I feel like there's been no other time in history where we've been so reminded of what we look like.
yeah,
As today, as the present day, because when we were growing up, I mean, you'd see photos that someone has taken of you, but you wouldn't see as many photos. Like, it wouldn't be that easy. And now, I'm literally on a call with you right now looking at my face. And I'm looking at you, but I'm also looking at my face, constantly being reminded of how I look, right? And there has been a crazy uptake in, like, plastic surgery, like cosmetic surgeries over the past decade. And a lot of this is because people are taking selfies. People are just kind of having these constant reminders of what they look like. So I think if you're having that regularly, unfortunately, if there's something that you don't like about how you look, it's just a constant reminder. So I think we've been dealing with it for so long now that we can laugh about it, but there's definitely been times where it's been hard, man. I'm 100% it's hit my confidence. But I think I've come out of the other side, and I'm like now able to laugh about it and able to kind of crack jokes and stuff. But I wasn't able to before, bruv. It was difficult.
sensitive subject. But yeah, I think where we've kind of grown up, we haven't completely grown up in that social media world. While if you think about the kids of today, who are just device and IT driven, you're going into that. Everything is, edited. There's so many filters. So,
it's crazy now, man.
What people are seeing is not the actual truth, and to come into that, especially with obviously young children and what they're seeing, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but we will navigate through those spaces.
You have to, innit? I wanted to ask you a question. What was the question? All right, who would you say is your inspiration in life?
A bald person, or just in general? Because I've got Jason Statham, mate. I ain't got the height for this guy.
Really? That's your bald person?
That would be my... Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, bruv.
Mate, he made it cool, bruv.
He did, but he's not my guy.
Who's your guy?
Thierry Henry, bruv.
Mate, he's not
Thierry Henry is the ultimate representation of being absolutely, like, audacious and having no hair. Confident, swag, charisma, arrogance, je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, but isn't that Jason Statham as well?
He is, yeah. I'm not taking anything away from Jason Statham, man. Like, he's a phenomenal actor, and he's done a lot of great things for bald men.
What has this pod gone to, bro? But yeah, no. But the one thing, like Thierry Henry will go.
He has no, bruv. Honestly, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be 100% straight talking to you right now. Yeah, when we were in our final year of university, I knew that my hair was going, right? I got that signal. And back then, Justin Timberlake decided to shave his hair off. And I was like, thank God, this guy is bringing sexy back and he's got no hair.
Oh, man. Yes. Oh, he did. Yeah. I remember
He did. And that was his look. So I was like, all right, it's cool, man. But you need that. I feel like you need that. You need your, Jason Statham's, Thierry Henry's, people that you can be like, oh yeah, cool.
But there's two types of baldness, right? There's the people that have the thick head of hair and shave it off and still maintain the hairline, right? Yeah, that's your Mick lot. So when Mick shaved his hair off, right?
Yeah.
He had the nice cut at the front.
Yeah.
When I shaved it off, bruv, where's your hairline? Oh yeah, at the back. Yeah, just here. Can you not see it? You know when you see those videos of the barbershop ones and they've put the hairline right at the back? Yeah.
Near your ears.
Yeah, it's like a rainbow.
I had a Nigerian barber, and I think the last few times I went to see him, he goes, I can't do anything about the line. He's like, your line is too much, man. Your line is going. He was like, I can't. There's no line.
Oh man, it's funny, but it's sad. We've been there, man.
He was upset. He was like, it was good though, man. Good days. So wait, Jason Statham, yeah, that's your bold idol. But what about your like just general idol? Or, like who's your inspiration? Like if you're going through a tough moment, do you have anyone that you look up to?
Do you know, I don't have a person. I really don't have a person that I
What do you do when things are like rough, overwhelming and shit?
So what's
your go-to strategy?
Mine goes back to music. I have to tap into some sort of, if it's okay, there's different moments. If it's some sort of anger, then I got to listen to some sort of like heavy grime, like just crazy spitting, because that's the type of music that's gonna just drown stuff out, right? So you can kind of vibe to it, whatever, and then just let loose. If it's like the emotional stuff, then I'll go down my Brahmin roots and I will start listening to something a bit more like mantra based that you can meditate to and just kind of zone out. Because you kind of need to, again, you need to protect your own spaces. You just need to kind of just zone out, and you just need to do what works. So that's the kind of areas for me. But what about you? Do you have a person?
I think mine is Henri, man. I feel like Henri's just everything that I think is. To me, that guy just embodies success.
So give me an example. You're feeling angry about something. How?
No. As in, like, I'm saying that he's like someone who I look up to.
Okay.
Like, Henri's someone I look up to. It's not like when I'm angry, I'm watching videos of him scoring goals for Arsenal,
yeah.
bruv. Because that's pretty good. But for me, it's music, 100%. Similar genres, actually. Grime, Tupac, sometimes hip hop, like hardcore hip hop, old school hip hop. And I've been listening to a lot of chill hop. Sometimes I listen to chill hop when I'm like working.
Yeah.
It's kind of like just like lo-fi beats.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
So you introduced me to that, so that was pretty cool. That's like when you go to YouTube or somewhere and you type in music for concentration.
Yeah.
That chill hop is the kind of more current version of what we can kind of work to.
Yeah. So I kind of mix it up, but I do feel like music is very powerful, man. It can completely change your mood. Like if you're going out, like, so you remember when you used to go out, music would always be like played. You'd always be playing music when you're getting ready to go out, just to kind of get you on the right hype, get you on the vibe, and all that. Just because it adds atmosphere, innit?
It does.
I think it's an important.
You've always had the music, man. Every time we'd be getting ready, you'd play your playlist, and that's it. You get us all hyped all the time, man.
It's important, man.
It is.
But I think we've covered a wide range of topics, man. yeah, thanks for your time, bro.
Oh, I got one more thing, right?
Go on.
Just remembered one more thing.
Yeah,
Bruv,
yeah, go for it.
you know you and Sit will talk about Deshmukh.
Yeah.
Bruv, you introduced me to Deshmukh. I was with Roshan.
Oh, what, really? So you had him as well?
He won't mind me naming him. Yeah. So you or Sittle introduced us to Deshmukh. And the same things you were mentioning about the food and all those things.
Your mum made him puri as well?
No, well, he didn't come to my house. He came to Roshan's house.
Oh, so you would have got like idli. But he would have, bruv. He would have got idli, bruv, innit? He was South Indian, bruv. Or like masala dosa or something.
This guy. How'd you get... Oh, mate. This guy, yeah, no, but he'd come in with his briefcase.
Yeah, the briefcase.
Deshmukh, he's a character.
Did he get food?
Yeah. So he would, I remember this. So we would come in and we'd work with him for half an hour, and then he'd always go for a toilet break, right? Yeah. And then, but he would always want a cup of tea, orange juice, and digestives, and that's what he would always get. And then me and obviously Roshan would just crack jokes that he's like absolutely just taking the massive shit in his toilet, and
so he'd be gone for a while.
He'll be gone for a while. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. A good 10 minutes, because I think he would come to you guys before. So then I'd be like, "Oh, you've been to Raj's house?"
What, he'd load up on the puri and the gatia, and he'd need to drop it off.
So then
at Roshan's house.
And then Roshan had this window at the top of his, so there's a toilet, there's a window. And we'd always think, well, not me. I'll carry you, bruv, if you want to go see what...
I'll allow it.
What Deshmukh's dropping.
He's dropping bars, bruv.
Oh, he's dropping his kids to the pool, mate.
That's hilarious. So yeah, he would come over from ours and load up and then offload at Roshan's.
That's it.
So thank you, Hiren, for joining us. This will not be the last time. And for you listening, please comment, like, subscribe, reach out to us. We've been having comments from some of you. Shout out to Prinal, who gave us some great feedback on the pod itself. Also confirmed that she washes one dish at a time, like myself, so I am not alone. Who else do I want to shout out? Is there anyone you want to shout out?
No, just shout out to everyone who's tuning in. Boys are doing a great thing, and just support the cause, and just share, like, and comment. Yeah,
give us comments, give us any kind of input. We will take your stories, anything you've heard today or in previous episodes. If you can relate to it, if you want to share something about it, we'll give you a shout out. Yeah.
Well, if you want to see Raj drop a Gucci rap.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe next time we set it up, we can have full setup, have some bars ready.
Sounds good. You could do it live.
All right. Yeah, we'll do it live. We'll do it live, but we'll have the bars written down.
Of course.
Come on. We're not amateurs, bruv.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening. See you later, people. Bye.
Peace.